all are enjoying the videos and understanding everything, and you all are following and practicing regularly. So thank you so much for your support and encouragement. So now we have come to the topic 12, which is a part of gravitation. One thing we already discussed in the same chapter, acceleration due to gravity. And the next thing which is important in this chapter is related to planetary motion. Related to planetary motion. So when you consider the planetary motion, first Kepler gave three laws. What are those three laws? First one says all the planets revolve in elliptical orbits around the sun. First one. So that if you consider the elliptical path, there are two foci and sun is at one of the foci and the planet revolve around it, so that the distance between the sun and planet keep on changes. And he said that for any planet, so what happens is the aerial velocity remains constant. What does that mean? The area swept by the position vector of planet with respect to sun for equal interval of time is equal. Suppose this is the area covered in some time. Let's take 1 month. This is also the area covered in the same 1 month. Then this area must be equal to this area. So from that he mentioned that angular momentum of the planet remains constant. Nothing but mvr remains constant. So v into r remains constant. Now here if you observe the elliptical path, the distance between sun and planet keep on changing, and at one moment the distance becomes maximum, at another moment the distance becomes minimum, and at this point the distance is maximum and the velocity is minimum, and at this point distance is minimum, velocity is maximum. But from conservation of angular momentum, v maximum and r minimum equal to v minimum r maximum. And if you take the ellipse geometry, the largest length is called 2a, where a is semi major axis and this one is semi minor axis, and the distance of either focus from the center is called eccentricity, so that r maximum will become a plus e and r minimum will become a minus, this value is ae, not e, where e is eccentricity. So r maximum by r minimum, if you take, r maximum is a plus ae, so a into 1 plus e. R minimum is a minus ae, a into 1 minus e, so that r maximum by r minimum is 1 plus e by 1 minus e equal to v max by v minimum. And the last one is time period of any planet you consider, time to complete one revolution. T square is proportional to cube of semi major axis. This is the thing which was given by the Kepler's laws of planetary motion. But later Newton said that the path is circular, and based on that we will study this orbital escape velocity and energy of satellite. So based on that only usually questions will come frequently. So let us consider those things. So there is a chance to get questions based on Kepler's laws of motion also, but the most of the times they ask questions based on these things. So let us consider any planetary motion or satellite motion. So both are same. If you consider planet, it revolves around the sun. It revolves around the sun. And if you consider the satellite, it revolves around the planet like Earth. Now, in either case, you consider there is one object, one particle, one body is at center and another one is revolving around it. If you consider this is sun, this is planet. If you consider this is satellite, this is one of the planet. Now, in this case, what happens is it revolves around this one with a constant velocity, and that constant velocity, what we call it as orbital velocity. The velocity with which it revolves in its orbit is defined as orbital velocity. Now, how to get the formula for this one? That is the first kind of question. Orbital velocity of a satellite or planet, anything. So here it is a circular motion, means it requires the necessary centripetal force. So the necessary centripetal force is mv square by r, where r is the radius of the path, nothing but distance between the centers of two bodies. So equal to, this must be provided from some external force. What external force exists here? The gravitational force Gmm by r square. R cancel, mm cancel. So V naught is under root Gm by r. So if you consider the satellite case, in case of satellite, like orbital velocity of the satellite is g into mass of planet by radius of the orbit of satellite, and like for earth case it will become gm mass of earth by radius of the orbit. Similarly, if you consider the planetary motion, here whose mass will come? Sun mass. So one thing I would like to conclude here, that the one which is revolving, that mass is not important. So the orbital velocity depends upon the one about which it is revolving. Like in case of planet, mass of sun. In case of satellite, mass of planet. This is what orbital velocity. First thing. Next, energy of satellite. What is the energy of satellite? There is some interaction, so there must be some kinetic energy. What is the kinetic energy? There must be some potential energy. What is the potential energy? Gravitational potential energy formula G m1 m2 by r. So G mm by r. It is moving with some velocity, so there must be some kinetic energy. How much is kinetic energy? Half m v square. Half m v square is Gm by r. So that Gmm by 2r. Now what is the total mechanical energy of the satellite? Total binding energy also you can say, because it is tightly bounded by this one. That's why you can also say binding energy. What is the total binding energy? U plus k. Add this and this. Gmm by r is common. Here minus 1. Here plus 1 by 2, so minus 1 by 2, so minus Gmm by 2r. So here total energy equal in magnitude but negative of kinetic energy, and half of the potential energy. Now take this total energy minus Gmm by 2r. Now at any height, like from here at any distance when you consider r, what is the acceleration due to gravity? Gm by r square, where r is radius plus height, r plus h. We have seen in case of acceleration due to gravity, last lecture. Now similarly, G is Gm by R square. So Gm we can write it as Gr square. Then you can substitute here. So E will become minus Gr square m by 2r. So minus mgr by 2. So what is the total energy in terms of small g? Where small g is acceleration due to gravity at that particular point, at that particular height. So this is the basic data required to solve the questions based on orbital velocity and energy of satellite. Let me explain you the way how they will ask you and how to deal with this topic, like one or two examples. So one of the important model is, what is the energy required to shift the orbit? What is the energy required to shift the orbit of a satellite from R1 to R2? So consider this is the planet. Let's take the mass of the planet is mp. Now this is the satellite, mass of the satellite, or else simply take capital M. Mass of the satellite small m. It is revolving around the planet in an orbit of radius r1. Now you have to shift the orbit and the new radius, suppose it is r2. So you have to shift the orbit of the satellite from the one path to other path where radius changed from R1 to R2. Now just now we have calculated what is the energy of a satellite in particular orbit. Consider the first path. What is the total binding energy of the satellite? Minus Gmm by 2r1. Radius is r1. Now what is the final binding energy in the shifted path? Minus Gmm by 2r2. Now similarly, if you understand, this was the energy it was having, then it became this much. So to shift you have to do some work. That work will be given in the form of energy. Let's take E1 is the initial energy and you have added some kinetic energy so that the final energy became E2. So then what is the energy required? E2 minus E1. So subtract this with this, then it will become Gmm by 2 is common. So minus of minus plus it will become. So 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is one of the important model. So like this they will ask questions. Not only this, based on potential energy concept also they will ask the questions. Like, let me explain how they will ask the question. Consider this is the planet. Now you have one particle small m on its surface. This mass is m, radius is capital R. Now you have shifted to particular height. Let's take 2r. Then what is the change in potential energy? Simple question. Change in potential energy is final minus initial. So initially the distance is r and finally the distance is 3r. So finally is minus Gmm by 3r minus initially is minus Gmm by r minus of minus plus. So Gmm by r if you take common, minus of minus plus 1 minus 1 by 3. So it will become 2 Gmm by 3r. So this is the way you get the questions based on orbital velocity or energy of satellite. Let me consider the orbital velocity concept. So based on that also let us discuss one question particularly based on orbital velocity. Now the question is like this. Same way, one planet and one satellite, it is in a path r. Now it shifted to another path. it got increased by suppose 2r, or let's take 3r. Then what is the percentage change in the orbital speed of the particle? So take the initial. Percentage change is, how to calculate, what is the initial, what is the final. Percentage change is final minus initial by initial into 100 in any chapter, any topic. But what is initial? Initial is under root gm by the radius is r, and the final is under root gm by, don't take 3r, the total radius is now 4r. So that 1 by 2 under root gm by r. So it became half. So that V2 minus V1 by V1 into 100 if you take, V2 minus V1, root gm by r is common, then 1 by 2 minus 1 by root gm by r times 100, cancel, 1 by 2 minus 1 minus 1 by 2, so minus 50%, decreases by 50%. Or else if you are thorough with calculation, then you can take simply, in the formula of orbital velocity under root gm by r, g is constant, m is constant, only r is changing. So v is inversely proportional to root r. So v2 by v1 equal to under root r1 by r2 equal to, r1 is r, r2 is 4r. So v2 by v1 is 1 by 2. But you want v2 minus v1, so subtract with 1 both sides. So 1 by 2 minus 1. So v2 minus v1 by v1 equal to minus 1 by 2. Percentage change, if you want, you have to multiply with 100, then you will get how much? Again minus 50%. So this is the way you will get the questions based on orbital velocity concept also. Last and final one, let us consider the escape velocity concept. So what is escape velocity? And what is the formula for escape velocity? And what kind of questions can come? So let us take that one. Now, if this is a planet having mass m, radius r, and a mass is kept here. Now we will study in kinematics motion under gravity that if you throw a body up, it will go to some maximum height and come back. If you increase the speed, height also increases. Here similarly, if you keep on increasing the speed, the height, the distance away from the surface keep on increases. At one moment, at a particular speed, what happens is the body will not return back. It will go away. That particular velocity, what we call it as escape velocity. It escaped from the field of, gravitational field of planet. If you consider Earth, gravitational field of Earth. Every time we specially mention Earth because we are all living on the planet of Earth. But in generally I am explaining for any planet. Now there are two things, two cases will come. One is on the surface, another one is at any height. How to calculate? If you consider at any point, what is the initial binding energy of the satellite, of the particle, initial binding energy, plus you have to give some kinetic energy so that the total energy should become 0. Because if the total energy becomes 0, it indicates it is free from the gravitational field. Negative energy indicates it is bounded by something. So here in the first case, on the surface, when you consider on the surface what happens? The total energy is only potential energy gmm by r, and you are giving some kinetic energy. Let's take the speed you are giving is ve to escape the particle, so that the total energy should become now what? 0. So ve, if you calculate, it will come under root 2 gm by r, and g on the surface of Earth is gm by r square. If you substitute capital Gm as gr square, it will become root 2 gr. And in case of Earth, we know the g value 9.8, we know r value 6400 kilometers. so that the escape velocity will become 11.2 kilometer per second. So understand, in 1 second it should travel a distance of 11.2 kilometer. If you give such velocity, then it will escape from the surface of Earth or gravitational field of Earth. Now similarly, if you consider the same body at some height, now the distance will become r plus h. So here r plus h will come. So what is the escape velocity will become 2gm by r plus h. So these two cases will come. So that depending upon the h, the escape velocity changes. As height increases, denominator increases, escape velocity required decreases. And apart from this, one more thing will come, that is, if the particle is moving very near around the planet, like Earth or any other planet you consider, a satellite or something or a particle is revolving very closer, such that height is almost negligible, then we will take the radius of the orbit is approximately equal to radius of the planet, because this value is comparatively very less compared to the radius of the planet, so that the orbital velocity will become under root gm by r and escape velocity is under root 2 gm by r, and if you take escape velocity it will become root 2 times orbital velocity. But this is the case only when the particle is moving very near to the surface of planet. So that is how we solve the questions based on escape velocity. So let us take one or two questions which have given in the previous entrances, so that you will understand what kind of question comes exactly and how to apply whatever formulas we have studied. So simple way, understand the formula, manipulate if it is needed, and then go for the calculation. So simple and easy concept, just remember the formula, do it carefully, but most one of the important in gravitation. Thank you. Let us consider 2-3 questions as I said. The first question is, a satellite of mass m is a satellite is revolving around the planet of mass capital M. Now what you have done is you have thrown an object from the satellite with some speed such that it escapes from the gravitational field of planet. Then what is the kinetic energy you have given at this point? Nothing but the escape velocity concept. But it is not on the surface of Earth. It is at some height. It is also on the satellite which is revolving around the planet. Now what is the potential energy of the particle which is on the satellite? That is nothing but potential energy, what, minus gmm by what is the radius r. Now you have to give some kinetic energy to this body, so that the total energy should become what? 0. Then what is the total kinetic energy required to give to the body so that it will escape? Kinetic energy gmm by r. Now if you consider, what is this v? I said v is the speed with which the satellite is revolving around the planet. That means v is the orbital velocity of the satellite. What is the formula for it? Root of gm by r. So v square equal to gm by r. So here gm by r I can substitute as v square. So what is the kinetic energy will become then? mv square. So if v is the orbital velocity of the satellite, to escape an object from that satellite, what is the kinetic energy required? mv square. Or if you want to find the escape velocity, so this is the kinetic energy you have to give. But what is the escape velocity formula? Half mv square. mm cancel, so v is v by root 2. So the final conclusion I will tell you in a simple way. If v is the orbital velocity of the satellite around the planet, and to escape an object m from the satellite, the escape velocity is 1 by root 2 times orbital velocity. Here the object is attached to a revolving body, revolving satellite. So this is the another way they can ask questions. Now similarly, let us take the second question. What is the other question? Is E1 equal to E2, where E1 is required to take to height h. Let's take a planet of mass m and radius capital R, one mass is kept. Now you have to take it to some height h. So what is the energy required is E1. That means on the surface the energy is minus gmm by r plus, you have given some energy E1, then the energy should become minus gmm by r plus h. So that E1 will become, take this side, gmm if you take common, 1 by r minus 1 by r plus h, according to the energy concept. Similarly, E2 is kinetic energy if it is revolving at that height. If it is revolving means what? Orbital velocity. Then what is the kinetic energy of a particle revolving in an orbit we have taken? That is negative of total energy. What is the total energy formula? Minus gmm by 2r. R is what? Radius. R plus h. Sorry. Minus of minus plus. This is the kinetic energy required. This is the kinetic energy by the possessed by the body as it is revolving in an orbit whose radius is r plus h. Now they are telling E1 equal to E2. Equate both of them. Then gmm will get cancelled. So that 1 by 2 r plus h equal to 1 by r minus 1 by r plus h. Take this side, 1 by r plus h plus 1 by 2. So 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2 r plus h equal to 1 by r. Then what is the answer will become? Cross multiply it. 3r equal to 2r plus 2h. So 2r equal to 2h. So h equal to what? R by 2. At a height r by 2, the kinetic energy of the body revolving in that orbit and the energy required to take the object from the surface to that particular point is same. So finally, if you take the object from the surface to a height, the energy required is equal to the energy, kinetic energy of the body if it is revolving at a height h, when h is r by 2. But here what concept we have used? Energy concept. So this is the way, understand the question and try to apply the formula and go for the calculation properly. Take care of calculation. Last but not least, related to satellites, t square is directly proportional to r cube. So the square of time period is directly proportional to r cube, where r is the radius of circular path, or you can mention small r, radius of circular path of satellite. So comparison questions they will ask for two different paths or for two different satellites, that t1 by t2 whole square equal to r1 by r2 whole cube, or else t is proportional to r power 3 by 2. So this is all about the topic related to planetary motion, satellite motion, orbital velocity, escape velocity, energy of satellite, energy required to shift the orbital. This is what everything. So hope you all understood and you will follow it and you will practice it. So let us continue with our next lecture. Thank you so much.